everyone, and welcome to Andover High School for CTN Light coverage of the Section 7 4A baseball playoffs. It's the first round as the number 2 seeded Andover Huskies host the number 7 seed Coon Rapids Cardinals. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro behind home plate, and Howie a hot one today, and a big game as every team wants to get started in the winner's bracket.
Yeah, it's definitely a hot one, Joe, and the Cardinals are looking to have a hot game on the field. They played earlier in the year. It was a pretty good game, a 4-1 win for Andover, but the Cardinals were in it until the very last inning. So an opportunity here on a kind of a dry, dusty field. It'll be interesting to see how this game plays out.
Luke Deneke will get the start for the home team, and the playoffs are a marathon, not a sprint, especially when it comes to the pitching. We saw Novak in that earlier contest really threw very well against the Cardinals, but they're going to go Deneke with game one of the playoffs. Caden Belisle behind the plate for him.
Deneke has been hot as of late. He comes in with an 0-1 record. He's pitched 16 in the third innings, but he's got a 1.71 earned run average, so he's been stingy on the mound.
Cardinal catcher Jaden Kopp will lead things off. He digs in, and these playoffs are underway. A fastball inside, 1-0.
Kopp is hitting .291 as he steps to the plate. And we talked about it on Sports Night last night, that this is a Cardinal club that hasn't been hitting the ball the way they know they should, and they're looking to see if they can explode here this afternoon.
Another fastball missing in tight from Deneke, 2-0.
I mean, they're just hitting .236 as a club.
Takes a little something off right down the middle. It's grounded back up the middle. Patty Kelly to Sam Abbas at first, and there's one away.
Routine play in the field by the Huskies. A nice job by Kelly. Quick out to get that first one.
Well, it was just a get-me-over changeup right in the heart of the plate. Kopp couldn't generate enough speed to get it through the middle. On a couple of hops, Kelly to Abbas, one away. Caden Alphen, the DH, looks at one down and away, 1-0.
Alphen been hitting the ball well, .375 on the season. They're looking at a spark out of the number 2 spot from him.
This one swatted foul and out of play, and evens the count. Deneke misses outside, 2-1. Another off-speed pitch chopped in front of the plate. Belisle gets to it. The throw down to Abbas is in time. And another pretty quick out in the infield.
You know, I thought he was going to get the opportunity to beat that one out, but Belisle made a nice play from behind the plate to throw him out at first.
That'll bring up Jared Fearing.
Well, Jared's been hot all year at the plate, hitting .362, batting from that third spot.
This one down the line and into the corner. First pitch he saw. Fearing stumbles a bit going around first, but he's in easily with a stand-up double with 2 out here in the first.
Yeah, he just turned at that offering and then drilled it down the left field line.
Well, I was going to say something about Deneke, struggling in the first couple of batters to get out because he's starting with a fastball but wasn't getting it in.
Right.
Both of the outs were on the off-speed pitch. He started Fearing with an off-speed pitch right down the middle, and Fearing put it exactly where he wanted to, right down the line. Mason Eckes at third had absolutely no chance playing even with the bag or maybe a little bit in at third. And now Zach Novak with the man in scoring position, 2 away here in the top of the first inning. Up high, 1-0.
Yeah, Novak a pretty good hitter as well, hitting .293 on the season, and a good opportunity here, Joe, with a runner in scoring position and 2 away to see if they can draw first blood.
Well, you talked about it, a close game first time around. Off-speed pitch called a strike, evens the count 1-1. Again, one hit, one hop goes the other way, and it might be a different ball game. Swung on and missed. Pitch had some movement on it from Deneke, and it gets him ahead in the count 1-2.
Yeah, really good spot for Deneke here now. With just be concerned about the hitter at the plate. Just get the out there. And
first time he's thrown a pitch with the count in his favor. And that breaking pitch did not break. 2-2. Spins another one just wide, and it's a full count to Novak. Danny Scheller on deck.
Boy, Novak had to have a good eye there because he didn't offer it that one. It wasn't really that far off.
I'm not sure what it is he's throwing, but it has some interesting movement as it will go down and also away from those right-handed batters. Novak got a piece of it to stay alive, but had to reach out over the plate for it. Deneke takes his time, looks in, 3-2 pitch with 2 away. Right down the middle, called third strike. And Fearing's 2-out double does no damage. 1 hit, 1 left, no score. Andover's first chance at the plate after this on CTN. Back in Andover High School, Section 7 4A baseball tournament, round 1. Number 2 seeded Andover getting their first at bats. Patty Kelly, the shortstop, will lead things off for them. First look at Jacob Maddock is a fastball at the knees, strike 1.
We saw Maddock get his varsity debut, and he pitched pretty well, I thought. And he's pitched nicely this season. He's got a 3.34 earned run average.
And he's way ahead of Kelly after the swinging strike, 0-2.
Kelly hitting 280 on the season, but this is a big spot for Maddock.
This one foul and well out of play.
Of course, he's used to that as quarterback for the football team. He's used to pressure on Friday night. There's a pressure on the mound here on a Wednesday afternoon.
Shows him something up and away. Kelly not offering. It's 1-2. Leadoff man here in the bottom of the first. Coon Rapids with a 2-out double in the top half, but no other offense to speak of as Kelly fouls another one out of play. Maddock working quickly. And left that one way up high, 2-2.
Well, we talked about Kelly, pretty good leadoff hitter. And then he's also a really good, fun base runner as well. He has 7 stolen bases on the season.
Chases one up high, pops it up left side. Underneath it to make the catch is Zach Novak, and there's one away.
Good at bat, but the Cardinals get him to, and Maddock get him to pop out.
That'll bring up the third baseman, Mason Eckes.
Eckes is on a tear at the plate, hitting .396 on the season.
Well, the Huskies really on a tear.
Yes.
7 in a row coming into the playoffs. Won 10 of their last 12, dating back to that. What started that 10 out of the last 12 was the win over Coon Rapids.
Yep, the 4-1 win, correct.
This one fouled back out of play. 1-1. Curveball gets Eckes swinging. and came up very empty.
Well, and that was a pretty pitch from Maddock, and now he heading the count at 1-2.
Eckes was clearly geared fastball. This time he gets another curve. This one is in fair territory, then ruled foul. And Novak glad, because that would have been a really tough play.
Really tough.
Where he fielded it.
Well, he speared it behind the bag, backhanded it.
Let's take a look at that. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Eckes will dig back in, 1-2. Curveball with absolutely no curve. Good jump from Jaden Kopp to keep it from going to the backstop, although no one on at this point.
This is true.
2-2 pitch. This one lofted into left center. Long run. Diving attempt comes up empty for Colin McCullough. And a great job backing up by Tyler Donnell will hold Eckes to a single. But he found just the right spot between the left and center fielders.
Yeah, McCullough made a good effort on it, but obviously just couldn't get there. But you're right, he hit it at the perfect spot and at that able to find the green. But the good, as you mentioned, the good play by Donnell to back him up held him to just that single.
And now the pitcher, Luke Deneke, an opportunity to help his own cause. Curveball misses outside, 1-0.
Deneke hitting .319 on the season as he steps to the plate.
Runner at first, one away here in the bottom of the first inning. First game of the playoffs. Deneke skies it into right field, into foul territory, and it'll fall and just be a long strike. 1-1.
Yeah, tough from our angle to see that play.
I was just trying to watch the official at that point.
I get it.
One and one to Deneke. Off speed pitch, got out in front of it, fouls it back. Maddock has been ahead in the count, all three men he's faced. Inducing a pop-up and then a single for Eckes. And now ahead in the count here, 1-2 to Luke Deneke. This one hit back up the middle, scooped up and missed. That one skips out into right field off the glove of Mark Manders. That was an opportunity for a double play ball. Instead, an error puts runners at the corners with still only one out.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for the Cardinals in the field, and Manders not being able to field it cleanly. Cullen Rowe is going to be a courtesy runner, Joe, for Andover over at first.
And now Sam Abbas. I want to say Abbas was doing the catching in the game we saw, but maybe I'm mistaken. At first this afternoon, and now has runners at the corners, only one out. The pitch missing down and away, 1-0.
Abbas hitting .276. Yeah, the Huskies obviously threatening here in the bottom half of the first.
Abbas gets just a piece, falls it to the backstop. It's 1-1. This one softly to the right side and within range for Sammy Lee to get back there from second and make the catch on the pop-up. Looked off the bat like Abbas may have put that into short right field in front of
so too.
Scheller. Instead, a pop-up, and that's huge second out for the Cardinals.
Absolutely. If they can they just record this out at the plate, come away unscathed, that would be huge.
And watch for possible steal from Rowe. Nick Richards, the right fielder, digs in. Runners at the corners, two away now. Fastball misses up high, 1-0. Fastball in for a strike, evens the count 1-1.
Yeah, having got recorded that second out, it gives Maddock a little more comfortable position on the mound with 2 away.
Curveball backhanded, the throw down in plenty of time. Did he make the tag? No. Wasn't able to hold on to it.
That's unfortunate. That was a heck of a throw.
It was a great throw from Jaden Kopp. Stolen base from Rowe.
Well, you know, in that situation, your catcher has a pretty good arm if he's going to throw down with 2 away and a runner at third.
Curveball's in there for a strike, 2-2. Two in scoring position, 2 out, a 2-2 count. Pitch is up high, full count.
Hey, Richards just being patient, making sure he doesn't offer anything high in the zone.
Maddock leaves it up high, ball 4, and they're loaded up with 2 out here in the bottom of the first. The designated hitter, Brett Bittner, an opportunity to be the hero early in this contest.
Yeah, Bittner, just with 7 at bats, but he's had 4 hits, all singles, hitting .571. It's a great opportunity for that young man here with 2 away and bases loaded.
Maddock misses outside, 1-0. Blows the fastball past a swinging Bittner to even the count 1-1.
And Maddock just trying to pitch out of this jam.
Takes a little something off it and gets Bittner out in front, 1-2. And he's done a nice job of mixing his pitches.
He has.
His curveball, when he gets it to curve in the right spot, is very dangerous, very elusive, and has far less velocity than his fastball, which makes it that much more difficult to try and time. 2-2 now. Bases loaded, 2 down. A hit, a walk, and an error. Loaded the bases. Bittner just reached out and poked that one foul. Yep. Stays alive, 2-2.
Again, protecting the plate, but that was probably ball 3. Can let that one go.
That one down and away, easy take. And now a full count, no place to put him. Bases full of Andover Huskies. 2 away, Maddock kicks and delivers. The runners go, it's swinging, strike 3 for Bittner. And it stays a scoreless ball game. You're watching Section 7 4A playoffs on CTN. At Andover High School, an eventful but scoreless bottom half of the first inning for the home squad. And so a 0-0 ball game as we start inning number 2. Danny Scheller, the right fielder, leading off for the Coon Rapids Cardinals. They're the 7th seed against Andover, the number 2 here in the first round. It's a double elimination tournament, so both teams will get a chance to play again tomorrow. But you always want to be on that winning side from the early goings. Big swinging strike at the fastball from Deneke. And a curveball died way too early, 1-1.
Scheller hitting .204 in the season. An opportunity for him to see if he can start this inning off on a positive note. Cardinals doing a good job of getting out of that bottom half of the first without any run production by the Huskies. They threatened.
Another curveball that misses wide of the plate, ends up at the backstop. 2-1. Fastball in to even things up. Deneke, a pretty efficient first inning, but rarely was ahead in the counts. 2-2 here to the leadoff man. Scheller, off-speed pitch, fouled out of play, and over toward the Coon Rapids dugout with speed.
Yeah, everybody had to make sure they were watching that one because that was a rocket.
Stays 2-2. Another one fouled and out of play. Sends Hennon ducking up there at camera.
You know, you can't see it, unfortunately, but the gun show is out for Neil Hennon.
Well, he's got to catch up.
Oh, yeah.
Top part of the arms have some catching up to do. Scheller will see another 2-2 pitch from Luke Deneke, leading off this second inning. Another one fouled off.
Sammy Lee.
This time I was going to say Sammy Lee in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, to make sure he was aware where that was coming.
Danny Scheller is going to make him work, no doubt. That's the fourth two-strike pitch, or two-strike foul for Danny Scheller. Ninth pitch of the at-bat. Most of them coming with the 2-2 count. Curveball skied, and that'll get out of play, and we'll keep going.
Yeah, our official's got to make sure he has his supply of baseballs here at this at-bat.
Fastball misses low, and the count goes full.
Classic example of extending your at-bat, protecting the plate.
Deneke taking his time, comes with the pitch down and away, and he works a walk on pitch number 11. Deneke threw 15 pitches facing 4 batters in the first inning. He pitched through 11 pitches to the leadoff man and gives up a walk, his first.
Got Chipmunk coming across the field.
Technically, I think that was a gopher.
Was that a gopher?
I believe so.
I thought Gopher's a little bit bigger than that, but nonetheless, it's the mascot here at ballpark.
Sammy Lee playing at second base. The man on and one out. Showed the bunt, the pitch is in the dirt. Good stop by Belisle, but no chance as Scheller was on the move. He's over at second base with nobody out.
Well, Scheller being aggressive on the base paths, and it pays off for the Cardinals as they get that lead runner over.
Shows bunt again. Bunts one that was up out of the zone. It's popped up foul. And Sammy Lee fortunate with that result.
Sammy hitting .241 on the season. Good opportunity for him to see if he can drive in a run.
We'll see if they elect to try and just move that runner over again with a bunt still in play.
Oh,
he will look bunt, but this time pulls it back as the pitch was up high. Good smart play from Sammy Lee. Gets himself ahead in the count, 2-1.
Coach Mossy trying to play a little small ball here. Just advance that runner over, as you mentioned.
Yeah, the one that he popped up should have let go, and maybe should have let go on that one. Instead, he poked at it, and it's strike 2. And now we'll see Sammy swinging away with a runner in scoring position. Nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Round 1 of the Section 7 4A tournament.
Ooh, tough one to take.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Lee holds his ground, gets to 3-2.
Nerves of steel.
Leadoff walk on a lengthy at bat, and now in danger of losing the second man. He does have the bag open at first. They're going to pick off Scheller, but the throw high, and he's back in plenty of time. And Deneke actually probably fortunate that he got good hops from Patty Kelly, the shortstop, keep that from going into center, or Scheller may have been able to get up and make an effort to third. Full count pitch, rolled back up to Kelly. Kelly bobbled it, no chance, and everybody's safe. Runners at the corners with nobody out. First error of the ball game for Andover.
We saw a miscue in the field last inning for the Cardinals. Didn't end up hurting him. We'll see what happens with the Huskies in this situation. As you mentioned, runners to the corner, nobody out.
And they're going to take some time and sort things out on the mound. Still very early in this contest, and of course a double elimination tournament, so extremely early in the tournament. Little regroup and reset out on the mound. A fist bump from Deneke to his catcher, Caden Belisle. And now the left fielder, Tyler Donnell, an opportunity to get his team an early lead. He's got runners at the corners with nobody out here in the second inning.
Tyler hitting .226. Great spot for him here.
Just got it off the end of the bat, taps it foul. Behind in the count, 0-1. Deneke took a little something off it, and Donnell out in front. And Deneke way out front, 0-2.
Yeah, great spot for him here, looking to get that first out of the inning.
Did have a strikeout in the first. This one tapped to third. Scheller retreats, the runner just out at first.
Wow. Tough to see obviously from here.
Took his time with it from third and got it to first, and Abbas just in time to get Donnell out. Lee advances to second. Scheller stayed at third. And now Mark Manders.
A big spot for Manders and trying to get his average up a little north, hitting 152. But he's got two runners in scoring position, looking to get the first run of this ballgame.
Drops down a bunt. And the safety squeeze was on, and Scheller is very out at the plate, and they'll take that sacrifice any old time.
Absolutely. That bunt was right back to Deneke.
So runners back at the corners. And the Huskies want to talk about it again on the mound.
Well, now you're in a much better situation with 2 away.
Colin McCullough, the number 9 hitter.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9. McCullough hitting .267 on this season. And the Huskies trying to have an inning like the Cardinals last, where runs were threatening, but nobody scored.
Down and away. One and 0 to McCullough. Misses down and away again, 2-0. Cardinals with runners at the corners, 2 down. And Deneke struggling to find the zone all of a sudden, 3-0.
Yeah, good take by McCullough. He was able to work that count.
McCullough thought about it, a good pitch. Called a strike, 3-1. Steps off, takes a look at Lee, then back across to Manders at first. Deneke gets a swinging strike, and the count is full.
That's a big pitch there by Deneke to get to that full count. Kind of looking to get out of this inning without any runs.
This one fouled back. Culla able to get a piece, but not able to square it up. Up and in, ball 4. Bases are loaded, and the order rolls over back to the top for Jaden Kopp.
Man, a pretty good hitter and a pretty good opportunity here.
Lee at third, Manders at second, and McCullough at first. Jaden Kopp, a pop-up to short. First time up. Big chance here, and that hit him.
They'll take that any way they can get it and get that first run. Kopp took
A
one off
bruise
the elbow.
for an RBI.
Yeah, absolutely. Right on the pad, though.
Oh, I got him up on the shoulder.
I thought I'm on the pad, but nonetheless, he will take that to get the run batted in.
Everybody moves up a base, still loaded up. Caden Alphin. Pounded one into the turf just in front of the plate. Only went about 15 feet. Off-speed pitch. Got around just a little late and sent it wide of Coach Mossy down at third base.
Yeah, but a great spot here for Deneke. Heading the count 0-2, just trying to get out of this inning without any more damage.
Outside, 1-2. Outside, 2-2. 2 walks and a hit batter in the inning for Deneke. Cardinals with 1 run across. Bases still loaded. They have not had a hit in the inning. Way up high and a full count. Again, no place to put him.
We're talking about Alvin. He's been hitting the ball well, but you don't want to give number 10 on deck, who's on deck, Fearing an opportunity to hit either, because he's a pretty good hitter in his own right. Oh,
that's a pitch he had to offer at. Yep. It was there, called strike 3, and the Cardinals leave the bases loaded in the second. They do get the first run of the ball game. They lead 1-0 after an inning and a half. You're watching Section Tournament Baseball on CTN. Back at Andover High School, Coon Rapids able to score in the top of the second inning, get the first lead of the ball game, 1-0 as Jacob Maddox starts his second inning of work. First pitch hit into short left center, and it's going to fall right into no man's land. A little bloop single for Drew Law.
That's the way the Huskies want to start this inning after giving up the run. And again, that was nobody was going to get that one.
But Maddox, an eventful first inning, but able to strand the bases loaded. And he has done a nice job of throwing strikes. He threw 32 pitches in the first inning, 20 of them for strikes. There's a fastball looked at by Keaton Coe. It is 0-2. Keaton Coe, the second baseman for the Andover Huskies. I think very well may be the grandson of former Cardinal coach Jerry Coe.
I was looking for him here at the ball game.
We know very well that the pitcher Luke Deneke is the grandson of former Coon Rapids activities director.
That we knew.
Dan Deneke. That one didn't miss by much. It's 2-2 now to Keaton Coe. With a runner at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Andover trying to respond. Coe, a solid liner. Manders makes the play on it, throws back over to Fearing, but he had to come off the base. So Law is very fortunate not to have been doubled up.
Yeah, he should have been. But they get the lead runner, and that's the important out.
Just a nice positioned play on the balls by Manders.
They get that, again, that opportunity to get that runner to second.
And now the number 9 hitter, Teddy Heller. Center fielder for the Huskies. Rolled back up the middle. Little flip for one. Lee's throw not in time. They nearly turned it against a speedy runner. It was a great flip from Manders to Lee for the first out.
Well, and again, you eliminate the guy at second, so that's important. They would obviously like to turn 2, get out of the inning, but
back to the top of the order, Patty Kelly popped it up to third base, first time up. Fastball misses up over his helmet. Pretty easy take, 1-0. Not sure where that missed, but it's 2-0. Check the runner, and Heller's back safely in plenty of time.
Deep breath, let your D work here, hey. Execute a pitch. Let's get us in here.
Up high, 3-0.
And Automatic a little bit of trouble here against Kelly.
Just a bit high, a 4-pitch walk. Second walk of the afternoon for Jacob Maddock.
Well, and then you put a pretty good hitter in Mason Eckes at the plate with 2 away and 2 on. You have to be careful how you pitched him in this situation.
Eckes, a single first time up to left center. This one hit well to more straightaway center, and that one tracked down by Colin McCullough for out number 3. The Huskies have left 5 stranded in the first 2 innings of play. They trail the Cardinals 1-0 as we go to the third. You're watching Section 7 4A baseball on CTN. Back at Andover High School, first round of the Section 7 4A baseball tournament. The number 7 seeded Coon Rapids Cardinals with the early 1-0 lead over the number 2 seed Andover Huskies. Double elimination tournament. Everybody gets to play tomorrow, but much easier to not start in the elimination bracket after round 1.
Agree. It's always nice to get that first win under your belt right away.
Jared Fearing leading things off. He had a double on the first pitch he saw in the first inning. Deneke maybe being a little overly cautious, threw that one down and away in the dirt. Able to slip that one past a swinging Fearing to even things up 1-1.
Yeah, Fearing looked like he was looking to drive that pitch.
Well, he gets good spin on it, and it moves and it goes slower, much slower than the fastball, to be certain. Fearing was way in front of that curveball. 1-2. And Deneke, as we talked about, just could use a short inning here. 35 pitches in that second inning. And again, the section tournament is a marathon when it comes to especially your pitching depth.
That's going to test you. There's no question about that. And you can get quality innings out of your starter. That's pretty important.
Full count to the leadoff man, Jared Fearing, here in the top of the third inning. It misses low, ball 4. Leadoff man is aboard. Cardinals scored 1, but left the bases loaded in the second inning. They did that without a hit.
Yeah,
a couple of walks, a hit batter.
We talked about in the opening that they need to hit the ball here today. Well, so far, those kind of things have been okay for them because it produced a run, but it's going to come down to being able to actually hit the ball. So they can't rely on walks and hit batters.
Novak finds the gap on the right side. First pitch he sees. And he heard you, Shapiro.
He did. He got a base hit. Just for me.
Second hit of the ball game for the Cardinals. 2 on, nobody out here in the third inning. They were able to start that way in the second. Got to runners at the corners with nobody out. And then went from runners at the corners with nobody out to runners at the corners with 2 away. Fortunately able to finally push that run across on a bases-loaded hit batter. But here's Danny Scheller, an epic at-bat to start that inning.
There's 11 pitches?
11 pitches, and eventually a walk. And he was thrown out at the plate on a fielder's choice. This one hit right back through the middle, takes a couple of bounces. Good flip. Dropped, but on the transfer, as Keaton Coe made a great play mid-air to flip it to Patty Kelly. Kelly dropped it on the transfer, so Novak is out. But runners at the corners with 1 away. Ball came loose, but it was clearly as Kelly was trying to transfer. Fearing moves over to third base, and now Sammy Lee. Lee, a ground ball to short. That was bobbled by Kelly. And he eventually ended up scoring that one run that's on the board for the Cardinals. Scheller, a pretty conservative lead. Pitch misses low, 1-0.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on Luke Deneke. Got to keep concerned about that runner over at third. Does not want to allow an additional run to come across. Down 1-0 at this point.
Off-speed pitch misses outside, 2-0. Well, and if you're Andover, I mean, you only scored 4 runs against these Cardinals the last time out. So, every run can be precious, especially come tournament time. Lee lifts this one foul and out of play.
In that first game, the Huskies scored 2 in the second and 2 in the fifth. The Cardinals tried to make a comeback in that bottom half of the seventh. They did score a run, but that was all they were able to produce.
Runner goes. Pitch is called a strike. The throw is in time, and Scheller is out. A good throw from Caden Belial. Caught on a hop by Patty Keller. The tag applied. And there's 2 down. And it was a called strike, so a 2-2 count to Sammy Lee. Now with 2 away and the runner at third base. Lee hits it into right. It'll fall in front of Richards. That's an RBI single for Sammy Lee and a 2-0 lead for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and that's a nice piece of hitting. He's able to get the drop, as you mentioned, in front of Richards. Cardinals with that second run, big second run for Coon Rapids. Especially coming with 2 away.
Tyler Donnell grounded out to third base, but nearly beat out the throw. But nearly is not enough. Called out at first base back in the second inning. This one chopped to the right side on a couple of hops. Abbas back to the bag for out number 3. But Coon Rapids has a couple of hits, adds another run, 1 left. They're up 2-0 after 2.5 on CTN. Back at the ballpark, Andover High School hosting round 1 of the Section 7 4A baseball tournament. They're the number 2 seeded Huskies, but they trail the 7th seeded Cardinals 2-0 as we start the bottom of the third inning. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro behind home plate, and it's been maybe some nerves. Here's one on the first pitch. Nice backhanded stab by Manders. Long throw, good stretch. But beating it out is Luke Deneke.
Wow.
How's that for starting the inning?
Wow.
Oh, wish we had
replay.
Wish we had replay. That was a fantastic play by Mark Manders. I was going to say we've seen some nerves on some guys. A couple of errors made. Guys maybe had their nerves going a little bit. Opportunities without having a lot of hits. 2 pitchers that have thrown pretty well but have had to deal with a lot of adversity early. And as I was trying to spit that all out, Luke Deneke singled an infield single on the first pitch of the bottom half of the third. Pretty looking pitch right there from Jacob Maddock to baffle Sam Abbas and get ahead in the count, 0-1.
You got Cullen Rowe again running over at first as the courtesy for Deneke.
Kopp takes a look down, and Rowe hustles back to the bag. It's 1-1. That pitch was way up high.
We've talked about Kopp before. He's very aggressive behind the plate, and he's not afraid to throw down.
It's a pretty looking curveball right there. Just fell off the table, but right through the zone, and Abbas had nothing he could do but just watch it happen. 1-2. Goes back to it, and this one's tapped back to the hill. Maddock will take the easy out over at first, and that's the right play. Rowe had a good jump, and there was no need to risk it.
No, and the Huskies got what they want to accomplish. They were able to move the runner over to second. They'll trade that out for it.
And now Nick Richards, the Andover right fielder, worked himself a walk back in the first inning. Looks at a strike on the outside edge to start here in the third. Runner at second base, one away. Huskies trailing the Cardinals by a 2-0 score. 1 run in the second inning for the Cardinals, 1 run here in the third. This one grounded back to Manders. Easy play over to Fearing for out number 2. Rowe advances to third on the play.
Well, again, you got that all-important second out in the field for Coon Rapids.
And now Brett Bittner. Bittner went down swinging with bases loaded to end the first inning. Huskies have left a lot of runners on. 5 runners left stranded. 3 of them in scoring position through the first 2 innings.
Now the Huskies trying to cut this lead in half. Oh, didn't miss by
Curveball.
much.
Yeah, it was outside. It didn't drop quite as much, I think, either as Maddock wanted it to. Behind in the count, 2-0. This one fouled to the backstop by Bittner. Took a healthy swing at the changeup. Goes back to the curve, and that's another thing with Jaden Kopp. I mean, with Maddock having so much movement on that curveball, you're asking a lot of the catcher, but
Yes.
with Kopp up to the task.
Absolutely. Such a good defensive catcher.
Another curveball, but that one's in the zone for a strike. Keeps this at bat alive. A full count now to Brett Bittner. Runner at third and 2 down. And he got him called. Third strike. Bittner can't believe it, but walks back to the dugout, head hanging low. The Huskies leave another one stranded in scoring position. They trail 2-0 as we head to the fourth on CTN. Back at Andover High School, Coon Rapids leading Andover 2-0 as we start the fourth inning. It's the first round of the double elimination Section 7 4A baseball tournament. Mark Manders will lead things off for the Cardinals. Looks at a breaking pitch in for a strike, 0-1.
Maddox come in here and give the Cardinals some pretty quality 3 innings so far. Got pitched out of a little bit of a jam a couple times and did a nice job of getting out.
Deneke spun that one wide. It's 1-1. Finds the outside edge and gets ahead, and they count 1-2. Curveball in the dirt. Good stop by Belial. It's 2-2. Fastball blown past the swinging Manders, and it's strikeout for out number 1. Third strikeout of the ballgame for Deneke.
Manders wincing. He's been dealing with some hand and wrist issues this season. Looked like he aggravated it there.
Colin McCullough worked himself a walk. Underneath the high fastball, tried to check his swing and clearly went through 0-1. Foul and out of play. 0-2.
Got underneath that pitch, and again, a good spot for Deneke here. Huskies can hit the ball. So might be surprised if a 2-0 lead, can hold up at this point, but would love to see it.
That was a beauty of a pitch right there. Cal McCullough just leaned in and watched that one break across the strike zone. A 3-pitch strikeout back-to-back Ks to start the inning for Luke Deneke. And back to the top of the order, Jaden Kopp. RBI on a hit by pitch in the second inning. That started the scoring. Comes up empty at the fastball to start the at-bat. 0-1.
You talked about earlier last inning that Deneke needs a quick inning. So far, so good for him.
Throwing strikes with great regularity here in the fourth. Back-to-back strikeouts, and now ahead in the count 0-2 to Jaden Kopp. Goes back to the curveball, and easy take as Belial had to go 3 feet to his right. Another breaking pitch in the dirt. Count back to even. Fastball on the outside edge. Strike 3 called. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Luke Deneke, 2 of them by punch out. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. Andover trying to answer, down 2-0 to Coon Rapids on CTN. Back at Andover High School, Coon Rapids leading Andover by a 2-0 score as we start the bottom of the fourth inning. First round of the Section 7 4A tournament. It's a double elimination bracket, so both teams will play again tomorrow, but makes it so much easier to start on the winning side of the bracket.
It really does. We have a change of shortstop for the Cardinals. Logan Ness in now. Manders is going to.
And we saw, and you notated after that swinging strike 3 was
grimacing.
Showed some discomfort.
Yes.
And has been nursing that hand injury all season long.
Right. Well, he came out and he tried to throw throw the ball a little bit.
This one in on the knuckles. Law grounds it to Ness. He gets an early test. And unable to make the scoop out of the dirt was Jared Fearing on a throw that rushed a little bit from Ness. Law on base.
Oh, you talk about getting thrown into the fire. You get that first opportunity. Unfortunately, he didn't get it over there the way he needed to. Huskies start off the way they want to get that leadoff runner on.
Second error of the ball game for the Cardinals. Keaton Coe. First pitch hit toward the gap in left center. It's going to run a long way, and Law is flying around third base. He's going to come home easily. An RBI double by Keaton Coe. All of a sudden, the lead cut in half and the tying run in scoring position.
The Andover faithful is chanting he's a freshman. And again, we talked about it. It's Coach Moss is going to take a walk out to the mound to talk to Maddock. This is a situation where Andover, pretty good hitting ball club, and 2 runs isn't the kind of cushion that you would definitely like. And all of a sudden, now it's cut in half. And
yeah, and basically on 2 pitches.
Yep.
One pitch is an error, and tough one, an aggressive play, but you come up empty on the error. And then Cole with he just barreled it up.
Well,
Right?
he did. He did. He jumped.
He
on
got
that
it on the
pitch.
sweet spot and put it right between Donnell and McCullough in left center. And Law got a good read off the bat, and there was no chance they were getting him. This one popped up. Will it stay in play? Cop over for a look, and it will get out. It's 0-1. Teddy Heller. Ground ball to short, reached on a fielder's choice. Was back in the second inning, now with a runner at second base. Nobody out, 1 run already across. His team still trailing by a 2-1 score. Curveball gets him swinging, and Maddock in a good spot up 0-2.
Again, Maddox is trying to get that first out of the inning here with a runner at second.
In the dirt, good stop by Kopp. Gets to it quickly, makes sure that Coe's not going to have a chance to try and scoot over to third base. Curveball, and Heller just gets a piece to stay alive. We'll try again at 1-2.
Yeah, again, just try to work that at bat.
This one popped back out of play. And we'll try again. Curveball in there, strike 3. That was a beautiful pitch from Jacob Maddock.
And he needed that. Got that first out of the inning. And you go now back to the top of the lineup.
Shortstop Patty Kelly, a pop-up in the first. A walk in the second. Curveball in for a strike. Maddock able to get ahead in the count again. It's a tough pitch to deal with because it really just falls at the right time. Hard to judge the speed. Looks like it's going to be high and wide. Instead, it falls right across. Another one that got Kelly looking, and now it's 0-2. And now Maddock in a position where he can throw the fastball up and away, and it'll look like that is maybe going to be that curve. That's exactly what they look to do, but Kelly wisely lays off this time.
Well, that was pretty high in the zone as well, so a smart hold.
Goes up and away again. Kelly able to hold off, and it's back to a 2-2 count. Curveball fouled out of play. I mean, that's the pitch that he's gotten a called strike with a couple of times. This time Kelly went after it. It's just so hard to square it up and time it because it's so much slower than his fastball. And he throws a changeup in there as well, which is a little bit straighter, a little bit faster than the curve, a little bit slower than the fastball, obviously. So that's a tough 3-pitch combination. Trying to keep Kelly off balance. 2-2 pitch grounded to the right side. It's past Caden Alphin into the outfield. Turning and coming home is Keaton Cole. This game is tied at 2 apiece. The RBI single for Patty Kelly.
Yeah, quickly as that, the Huskies tie it up at 2. And Sammy Lee could not make the play at second, got past him.
That's right. I said Caden Alphin.
You
were.
You did.
I was incorrect. It is Sammy Lee. I knew that. That's what it says.
That's
right
what
there.
it says on the fielding chart. 17.
Yeah, it was covered by my
I'll give you
my
a pass.
headphone cord. That's my excuse. But we got a whole new ball game here with 1 out. Patty Kelly gets chased back to the bag at first. He's there in plenty of time.
Good.
Thank you, Corey.
Takes good care of us.
Quick piece of tape, and that won't happen again.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get one free pass. Now there's no excuses.
Runner goes, pitch is inside, throw in plenty of time. Nessa's tag is good, and Kelly is caught stealing for out number 2.
Yeah, you want to think twice when you want to steal against Jaden Kopp.
Oh,
He has a gun.
I mean, yeah, and
That
we
was
saw
easy.
one earlier. He got out there, and again, it was back in the first inning after the error. And he just gets it, I mean, so beats the runner by so much. 1-1 pitch is a curveball outside to Mason Eckes, 2-1. Eckes singled first time up, a fly to center to end the second inning. Just waves at that pitch that was down and away and had already snapped into Kopp's glove by the time
He went fishing.
the bat came off his shoulder. 2-2 with 2 out. This one hit well to center. On the run for it is McCullough. He's not going to catch up. Eckes rounds first, digs for second, and he will be there easily standing with a double. His second hit of the ball game. Huskies' third of the inning.
Well, we talked about what a good hitter he is, and he's showing us here this afternoon. He's living up to that reputation. He turned on that pitch.
Brings up Luke Deneke. He's reached both times. First inning on an error and then an infield single in the third where he legged it out, beat the throw. And now with a runner at second base. First pitch, grounded to short. Ness bobbled it. And Deneke will reach. The inning will continue. Second error of the inning for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Just didn't look into his glove.
Eckes stayed at second.
Cullen Rowe again. He's going to be on the base paths. That's that courtesy runner for the Huskies.
Abbas 0 for 2. Holds off a curveball that fell low and smothered by Kopp, 1-0. This one popped up back and out of play. Shapiro a diving effort, but
I skinned my knee.
just short. It's amazing the quick reflexes
For a
you
guy
have.
my age,
And your
I
willingness to dive.
Well,
It
yeah,
impresses
I'm a team
me.
player. I'm a team player.
1-1, and this one hit into center on a hop. McCullough is going to throw home. The runner is coming, and he is there safely. Andover has the lead as Eckes was not going to stop at third base. An RBI single for Sam Abbas. 3 runs in the inning for Andover, and the Huskies take the lead 3-2.
Well, Abbas comes through there with his at bat, and as you mentioned, Eckes is just hustling from second. He was not going to be denied to score that third run of the game for the Huskies, and all of a sudden, the momentum is shifted to the other side.
8th batter of the inning for Andover, Nick Richards. Four hits, 3 runs in the inning. They got 2 more men on base. There are 2 Cardinal errors in the inning. Pitch is in there on the inside edge to even the count. 1-1 to Nick Richards. Richards, a walk and a ground out, his 2 appearances. trying to keep the two-out rally going. This one rolled to third and right underneath the glove of Zach Novak. And it spun into foul territory, but I believe he got a piece of it. So then it's a fair ball, error number 3 on the Cardinals in this inning. The base is loaded now with 2 away. Cardinals entered this inning with a 2-0 lead. And now trying to keep the damage from getting any worse.
Yeah, with 2 away, they're in a situation where the Huskies can open this game up.
4 hits and 3 errors in the inning. Brett Bittner has struck out for the 3rd out in an inning. Both times he has come up.
Yeah,
he does not want to leave bases loaded again.
No, he came into this game hot at the plate. He's looking to see if he can get that base hit here.
Curveball swung on and missed. Maddock ahead in the count 0-2. He's gone to a full count. Both of his at-bats to this point. Maddock goes back to the curveball, hit off the glove of Sammy Lee at second. Rowe scores easily. Abbas will slide in as well. And it is a 5-2 lead for the Andover Huskies. A 2-run single for Brett Bittner.
Well, that time he did. He came through and got the base hit. A couple RBI in the process. He's building that Husky lead. Now they lead by 3. Been a tough inning for Coon Rapids in the field here in the bottom of the 4th.
Drew Law started it all with a grounder to short, and an errant throw allowed him to reach. And just like that, the Huskies have been able to get 8 different guys have reached base. They've made 1 out on the bases. This one hit well to left center, but McCullough is there to make the catch and finally end the inning. But 5 runs on 4 hits. There were 3 errors. There were 2 left. Huskies lead 5-2 as we go to the 5th on CTN. Back at Andover High School, the Huskies exploding for 5 runs on 5 hits, assisted by 3 errors in that bottom half of the 4th inning. Turned a 2-0 deficit into a 5-2 lead. And now the Cardinals feeling the pressure and needing to respond here as we start the 5th. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro behind home plate. Caden Elfin, the designated hitter, leading off against Deneke, who pitches with a lead for the first time. And he has been a big part of the offense and the reason why the Cardinals have only been able to get 2 thus far. Struck out the side in the 4th. Now starts off 3-0 to the leadoff man here in the 5th. And a 4-pitch walk. A little bit surprising after striking out the side in the 4th.
Well, obviously, Cardinals need base runners after giving up 5 runs in that bottom of the 4th. Denny coming in feeling fairly comfortable with that 3-run cushion, but puts the first hitter on.
It'll bring up Jared Fearing, a walk and a double. Did turn the walk into a run in the 3rd inning. Spinner misses outside, 1-0. This one hit back up the middle on a hop, flip to second for 1. And the turn in time, Abbas able to stretch out and get the throw from Kelly. And Fearing hits into the double play, 4-6-3.
Well, as Luke Deneke, your defense is your best friend behind you, and he gets a nice double play from his infielders to eliminate the base runner and get 2 outs quickly here now in the top of the 5th.
Bring up Sam Novak, or Zach Novak. I don't know where I got
Sam.
Because it was Sam Abbas making the play out at Zach Novak. Looking for his second hit. Looks at a strike on the outside edge. Strikeout victim in the first, singled, and then was out on a fielder's choice in the third. Big swinging strike. Deneke showing a little bit more pace here now that he has that lead. Wants to get his guys back to the dish.
Novak. I'm sorry. I was going to say understandable that he'd want to do that, especially now with a 3-run lead. What were you going to say about Sam?
Novak grounds this one to second. Ko to Abbas for out number 3. A leadoff walk, but the Cardinals go quickly with just 3 batters making it to the plate. They trail the Huskies 5-2 as we go to bottom of the 5th on CTN. Back at the ballpark, Andover a big inning in the 4th. And they are in the driver's seat up 5-2 as we start the bottom of the 5th inning.
We have a new pitcher in Logan Ness. Comes in with a 2-3 record, a 5.3 earned run average, pitched 27 2/3 of an inning.
So Keaton Ko starts the inning. He started the big rally after Drew Law reached on an error. Keaton Ko hammered a double on the very next play, or very next pitch. Hammered a double to the left center gap.
So we have some changes in the field too, and Sammy Lee's going to move to short. Hayden Elfin is going to go over to second. Not sure what.
I believe there is an off-field disturbance that needs to be addressed before we are able to.
I thought they gave you a pass for those kind of things.
I have a sign.
He was like, "Leave me
They're not
alone.
looking at me this time.
Leave me alone."
Well, the umpires, I was going to say maybe we need to take a break, but it looks like the umpires are jogging back to the field, so hopefully able to return to action here shortly. All right. Now, Jacob Maddock had a rough inning, but he actually threw pretty well. Defense struggled behind him, 3 errors. There were 5 hits, so Huskies hit really well. Ko pops this one up to short left field. I guess it was mid left field. Tyler Donnell had to wait a while, though, for it to come down and make the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, quick out nonetheless.
Yeah, Ko had that big RBI double in the last at bat. This one a quick out. And that'll bring up Teddy Heller. Heller, the only guy in the Andover lineup that did not reach first base in that 4th inning. This one is hit solidly into left, falls in front of Donnell, and he will definitely reach base here in the 5th.
Yeah, I think he heard you. Figured, well, you better get on base this inning so Jan doesn't talk badly about him.
No, it's just interesting. I wasn't speaking
I
ill
know,
of anyone.
I know, I'm just kidding you.
Back to the top of the order, Patty Kelly had an RBI single in that 5-run inning. Tried to drag a bunt, instead bunts it off the backstop. It's 0-1. Good-looking pitch from Logan Ness right there. Evens the count on the inside edge. Won't apologize. It's 0-2. I thought the first one. Popped this one in his short left, and L went back at first and then kind of stumbled coming back in, but he was able to recover and make the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, fortunately he was able to recover because otherwise that was going to drop in front of him.
That'll bring up Mason Eckes, 2 for 3, single and a double. Run scored. Runner at first, 2 away for Mason Eckes. Ness misses just down and away, 1-0. Fastball in for a strike, 1-1. High fly into short left, and again, Donnell went back on it and then had to try to recover, and this time not able to get there. And with 2 outs, Heller was running off the bat, and he's able to make it over to third base.
Oh, now the Cardinals in a little bit of trouble here, just trying to get out of it with 2 away. But you're right, Donnell had kind of backpedaled at first, and by the time he's able to regain himself and come in, ball dropped.
And now Luke Deneke. Pitcher has helped his own cause, reached base all 3 times. Twice on error. This one a high fly to right, and he will not be able to keep that streak alive as a pretty easy play for Danny Scheller out and right for out number 3. Huskies threatened but can't add any more. We go to the 6th, Andover 5, Coon Rapids 2. You're watching Section Baseball on CTN. Back at Andover High School, the Huskies will bring in a new pitcher. Bryce Schreffer will come on in relief. His team leading by a 5-2 score as we start the 6th. Danny Scheller, Sammy Lee, and Tyler Donnell, the scheduled hitters for him to face here in inning number 6 for Coon Rapids. Curveball stays high, easy take for Scheller, 1-0. Fastball hit hard to center, but a good jump off the bat by Teddy Heller. He's there for out number 1.
Yeah, he really did get a nice jump and run underneath that ball because it looked like coming off the bat it might find the green, but he made sure that he was going to get to it.
Hit it sharply, had a good exit angle, but yeah, good read on it and very quick jump by the Huskies center fielder. And a pretty quick out. Now Sammy Lee reached on an error and scored the first run of the game back in the 2nd inning. Had an RBI single in the 3rd.
I think that one hit Belial, and he's just taking the time to kind of shake it off as he walks out to the mound.
Belial back behind the dish. Schrepfer ready to deliver. Curveball and a beauty.
That was a pretty one.
Throws Sammy Lee for strike 2.
Schreffler comes in with a
another curveball, little half swing, rolled to 3rd. Scooped up by Eckes, the throw in time for out number 2. He had to hustle that one.
He did.
But able to make the play, scoop transition and throw it just in time to get the speedy Sammy Lee.
Yeah, that was a great play and a great scoop. He just, as you mentioned, had to throw quickly.
Bring up Tyler Donnell for 2 this afternoon. Cardinals starting to run out of outs. Boy, just deceivingly slow and then drops right through the zone for strike 1. Fastball chop back to the right side. Abbas on a bounce. Easy tag to the bag and a very quick top half of the 6th inning. We go to the bottom half. Andover hitting with a lead. You're watching Section Baseball on CTN. Getting into the latter part of this ball game, the Huskies with a 5-run 4th inning. Holding on to that 5-2 lead and hoping to add to it here in the bottom of the 6th. Sam Abbas, Nick Richards, and Brett Bittner due up. Abbas, an RBI single and a run scored in that 4th inning. Curveball hit hard down the left field line. It's over the head of Fearing. Landed right at the base of the fence. And a huge leadoff double for Sam Abbas.
Yeah, he got a hold of that pitch and he drilled it to the left field fence.
Mason Myrie now at first. Jared Fearing out in left field.
All sorts of changes.
Nick Richards reached on an error in that big 4th inning. Fastball up high, 1-0. This one popped back and out of play, evens the count 1-1.
Yeah, Cardinals certainly didn't want to start this way with already trailing by 3 with that leadoff hitter getting it.
A resounding double.
Yeah.
This one grounded to the left side, scooped up by Lee. The throw over to Myrie in time for out number 1.
Get that first out.
I'm just impressed with myself that I kept up with who was playing where. I just about said that it was Logan Ness, but wait, he's pitching.
He's pitching, yeah. So that would be very difficult to do.
Bittner with a 2-run single his last time up. Fouls back to first offering, 0-1.
Cop had to go up high for that one.
Fastball up and in. Bittner
A little chin music.
backing away and opened his eyes a bit. This one popped up. Underneath it is Alphen, backs up to make the catch. And a couple of relatively quick, easy outs.
Yeah, they needed it
after the leadoff double. They've got one more at bat promised to them, and they need at least 3 runs. That is, if they don't allow Abbas to get any further or get home anyway. Fastball in for a strike to Drew Law. Law 1 for 3, singled back in the second inning. Reached on an error and scored in the fourth. This one grounded to the left side. Lee scoops, throws. Myrie a good stretch, but Law able to beat it out. Speed down the base paths, an infield single. Runners at the corners, and the inning continues. And I'll bring up Keaton Cole. RBI double and a run scored in the big inning.
Yeah, trying to add to this lead.
Likes to go after that first pitch.
Aggressive at the plate.
His last two at bats only lasted one pitch. One was an RBI double, one was a fly ball to left field. This one is just a foul back and out of play. Grounded to the right side, Myrie sticks it, jogs back and tags the bag for out number 3. And Ness able to strand a couple of runners again, but Coon Rapids has a big challenge ahead of them. They need at least 3 as we head to the bottom of the 7th after this on CTN. Back at Andover, top of the 7th inning, the Cardinals need at least 3 as they trail the Huskies 5-2. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro behind home plate. Logan Ness is first at bat. And he lays off a curveball that falls out of the zone. But then out in front of the off-speed pitch from Scheffler, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, they have their work cut out here for him in the top of the 7th. Ness hitting a $154 as he steps to the plate.
And again, getting Ness way out in front of that off-speed pitch with a little bit of break on it. Bryce Scheffler came out and got 3 outs on 7 pitches. Oh, and that's with a leadoff, or no, I'm sorry, the leadoff walk was the inning before, and there was only 11 pitches thrown in that one. Two pitch, and a beauty of a curve.
Pretty. For
a called strike.
Logan, they're chanting right, left, right, left. And Logan, as they stepped, and Logan Ness kind of stopped in the middle of it, trying to screw with them a little bit.
Colin McCullough looks at the curveball that misses down and away, 1-0. McCullough a walk and a strikeout. Scheffler misses outside, 2-0. Off-speed pitch outside, 3-0.
Well, the Cardinals certainly need base runners. Take it any way they can get them.
McCullough just trying to get on base, as you mentioned, and get him back to the top of the order. McCullough taking all the way, and that pitch in there for a strike, 3-1. It's a great crowd here.
Yeah, it really is.
Very hot afternoon, but good ball game. Fastball misses up high, ball 4. First walk surrendered by Bryce Scheffler since he came on in relief in the 6th.
That's all about base runners. You're down to your last couple of outs, and trailing by 3.
Back to the top of the order, Jaden Kopp was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the 2nd inning. That started the scoring. Cardinals had a 2-0 lead in this ball game until that 5-run bottom of the 4th inning. Huskies have left a lot of guys on base in those innings where they didn't score, but only put up runs in 1 of the 6 innings.
Oh, nice
Curveball is in for a strike, and Scheffler ahead in the count, 0-2. Fastball skied into right field. Coming in on it is Richards. He's there for out number 2, and the Cardinals are down to their last out. Again, a double elimination tournament, so everybody lives to play another day, but
you always want to get that first win under your belt early.
So much easier to start on the top half of the bracket. Caden Alphin digs in, fouls it back and out of play. Curveball is down and in. This one is skied into center, or left center. Drew Law is there to make the catch, and this ball game is over.
Yeah, tough one for the Cardinals. They jumped out to that 2-0 lead, Joe, and then unfortunately gave up a big bottom of the fourth, 5 runs to Andover, and they held on from there to win this game.
Yeah, and the tough part to swallow, I think, is 3 errors in that inning. I mean, Andover did hit pretty well, but some mistakes that they had hoped not to make in the playoffs. They came around and they suffered injury to one of their leaders, and that kind of didn't help at all.
It did not
with that inning. And then, of course, you take that one inning away, and they won this ball game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but they just couldn't get the timely hitting they needed. And give credit to Andover; they did a good job of getting those 5 runs and moving to the next round at 1-0.
But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Light. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Corey Spahn on the computer and Neil Highlights Hannon running the camera. My partner Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young saying good night.